Hey there! Before you enjoy this list of all your favorite novels, you might be interested to know that Junior Mojo also has a video with a few of us sharing our favorite childhood books. Share it with the whole family and let us know your favorite book in the comments. Click the link below to check it out. Do you love a good surprise? Welcome to MsMojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 novels with surprising plot twists. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at books that took a turn no one was expecting. And the best part is, this video will be totally spoiler-free. Number 10, The 13th Tale, Diane Setterfield. If you love a good Gothic novel, this one is for you. Published in 2006 by Atria Books, and written by author Diane Setterfield, The 13th Tale is set in modern-day England, but the mood it evokes makes you feel like you've jumped back a few centuries. The plot focuses on reclusive author Vida Winter, and the woman she hires to write her biography when she falls ill.
I can't be expected to spill the secrets of a lifetime to a complete stranger.
But this was your idea. I thought this is what you wanted to do.
There are many twists and turns throughout the story, but there's one big reveal that is ultra-satisfying and makes everything that came before make so much sense. Number 9, The Kite Runner, Khaled Hosseini. In 2003, there was perhaps no book with more buzz than this one. The Kite Runner was read in book clubs worldwide and topped bestseller lists, receiving many accolades along the way. You probably know the basics of the story. A tale of Amir, a young man from the upper classes dealing with life in Afghanistan. His whole life is colored by his betrayal of his close friend Hassan at a young age. He is never able to forgive himself for what he did, and as the novel unfolds, both Amir and the reader discover more secrets from his past.
I'm not here to sell anything. I'm gonna cobble to find a boy.
Number 8, Life of Pi, Yann Martel. Just like The Kite Runner, in the year that Life of Pi was published, there was little else people could talk about in the publishing world. Yann Martel's fantastical story has been adapted into a major motion picture, a feat that seemed impossible for anyone who had read the book. In fact, the movie presents the information given at the end of the story more like a traditional twist than the book does. For readers, the decision was left up to them to decide what to believe about Pi's tale.
Yeah, have I forgotten anything?
I think you set the stage. So far, we have an Indian boy named after a French swimming pool on a Japanese ship full of animals heading to Canada.
Number 7, Harry Potter series, J.K. Rowling.
You're a wizard, Harry.
I'm a what?
There are many twists and turns in J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series, with major reveals taking place at the end of both the first and second book. When she published Prisoner of Azkaban, however, fans were shocked by just how well she could weave a tale and completely throw them off the trail of what was really going on.
Do you want to move a bit closer?
Huh?
To the Shrieking Shack.
Actually, I'm fine here.
We're guessing most of you already know the reveal we're talking about, but if your memory needs jogging, we're talking about the scene that takes place in the Shrieking Shack, where we find out that there's more to Sirius Black and Ron's rat Scabbers than meets the eye.
Don't tell me you've never been hearing of Sirius Black. He's a murderer. Got himself locked up in Azkaban for it.
Number 6, The Girl on the Train, Paula Hawkins. We may be reaching an age of peak female-led psychological thrillers in the book world, and author Paula Hawkins surely had something to do with it. The author's breakout work involves an unreliable narrator, and a dark story of alcoholism, abuse, and deception. There is a reason this book stayed at the top of the New York Times bestseller list for 13 weeks straight. People couldn't get enough of the satisfying reveals, and no matter how closely you're paying attention, the ending will still knock you off your feet.
Do you remember seeing this woman? She worked for your ex-husband. She's gone missing.
Number 5, Fight Club, Chuck Palahniuk. Since this book was made into a blockbuster movie, the story has become one of the most well-known plot twists in cinema. Of course, the plot originated on the page, and when readers found out exactly who Tyler Durden was, you can only imagine just how shocked they were.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
Let me tell you a little bit about Tyler Durden.
Chuck Palahniuk is a prolific writer who has penned many well-loved works. But none can hold a candle to Fight Club when it comes to taking readers on a ride they definitely won't soon forget.
Welcome to Fight Club. The first rule of Fight Club is, you do not talk about Fight Club.
Number 4, Never Let Me Go, Kazoo Ishiguro. This quietly beautiful novel by writer Kazoo Ishiguro, best known for his earlier work The Remains of the Day, packs a serious punch when you finally realize what's actually going on. The story follows a group of students from Hailsham boarding school as they go through the typical trials and tribulations of youth. The reveal of the sinister things that are actually going on at Hailsham comes relatively early in the novel, but it's shocking nonetheless.
None of you will do anything except live the life that has already been set out for you.
As the story moves on, there are more surprises along the way, making this a wholly enjoyable, albeit depressing read.
Exactly how much experience have you guys had with the outside?
Quite a lot.
We haven't.
Number 3, Big Little Lies, Liane Moriarty. Since Big Little Lies was adapted into an HBO television series, it has received tons of attention and accolades.
Madeline.
Renata.
The battle lines were drawn right there.
The source material it was based on, a novel by Australian author Liane Moriarty, contains just as many surprises and reveals as the show, if not even more. Readers know from the very beginning that someone has been killed in this affluent and idyllic town. But it will take until the end of the novel for them to find out who, and most importantly, why.
But at this point, we can confirm that the victim suffered a broken pelvis and a fracture at the base of the skull.
No matter how much sleuthing you tried to do while reading, it was nearly impossible to predict just how this was going to go down.
Who knows what lies out there beneath the surface?
Monsters?
Monsters, maybe.
Number 2, My Sister's Keeper, Jodi Picoult. Jodi Picoult is a masterful storyteller, whose novels always manage to keep readers on their toes. Like many of her other works, My Sister's Keeper has a legal case at its heart, telling the story of a young girl with leukemia and the sister who was born purely to keep her alive.
I was engineered. Born for a particular reason.
There are plenty of ways that readers expected the story to go, but as it reached the climactic scene, they were no doubt banging their heads against something in frustration. Some twists are satisfying, but this one just feels cruel.
I want to sue my parents for the rights to my own body.
Would you repeat that, please?
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
How long have you been sick?
My whole life.
I mean, what would happen if you went outside?
Probably spontaneous combustion.
My favorite outfit was the glittery boots and my bumblebee tights.
Bumblebee tights.
Black and yellow stripes.
Oh, dear God.
Town and Country flew me down to write a 500-word story on a Christmas party. It's a literary postcard. Are you serious about this?
It's not just any party.
Number 1, Gone Girl, Gillian Flynn. When Gone Girl was published, it took the writing world by storm, quickly climbing the New York Times bestseller list and staying at the top for weeks. The story is about a woman who has gone missing, and the husband she left behind trying to put together the pieces of what happened to her. The first half of the book is interspersed with Amy's diary entries, leaving readers unaware what happened to her and unsure whether they can trust her husband, who has become a suspect in the case.
I had nothing to do with the disappearance of my wife.
The mid-book twist on this one may now be well known, but it was absolutely shocking upon first reading.
This man of mine may kill me.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.